Hello and welcome back to EU4. I'm Count Christo and this is the Prussian Pride campaign, and we have just declared glorious and righteous war against Poland. They hold this land, and this land, as you can see, has Prussian, and, if I can click on it, Prussian culture, which means obviously this land is rightful clay of the Prussians. Now, we may not be the Prussians, technically speaking, that we have ambitions. Oh yes, we do. So we're going to take it back in the name of Prussia and glory and conquest and all that is good. Now, this battle up here looks like the Polish are going to win it. Yes, even with that terrain penalty, they are going to win. But lots of other allies have arrived down here, and our allies are now arriving. So I think this war is going to go very well indeed. There are quite a lot of them up there. That's a bit worrying. Are these woods? No, this is grassland, so it's fine for us to defend here. Let's do that. Put all our troops here. They're going to Danzig. You're marching into Königsberg on the 27th. You're going to attack into the woods. I'm afraid I'm going to leave you to that if you do that, Saxony. Especially if you do it across this strait. Oh no! No, my cannon! No! Quick! Help the cannon! Good. I scared him off. Good, so we've got a second cannon, which should speed up the siege. No, sorry, we need 3 cannons. 4 to get to level 2 fort to have a +2 modifier from cannons. So they're just gonna, I want them to do is spend as much time as possible killing all the people in the Bohemian nation. So obviously the Russians aren't going to be able to help as much. They really ought to be sieging Smolensk as well. What are you guys doing? There's 9 guys just sitting around being lazy. But yeah, as much sieging as we can, as much killing of the Bohemians as possible would be preferred. Looks like they're coming up here. It's a bit worrying. There are quite a lot of them. If they attack us all together and we haven't got our allies present, we're in a bit of trouble. We're suffering a lot of attrition to keep our army together like this, but I think that's okay. Not having forts lets them do things like that and siege me down, but generally I find that's okay. Focusing on being aggressive is my play style. I find it tends to work quite well. Okay, almost got this. And of course we're going to have a ticking war score from the get-go because we've got... we've captured Warmia, which is the war goal. That's why I set it there. There's no fort. Okay, we've got 30 against them, 25 against these guys. I am going to keep building up this spy network against the Polish, even though that might seem a bit odd. The reason for that is that I'm quite keen to have the extra siege speed. As you can see, I'm sieging here, and the siege speed is increased by 5% by having 25 spy network. That's a significant amount. Sale of indulgences. So we can sell indulgences, which gives Catholicism more reform desire and gives us tax, both of which things we want, or we can ignore it, in which case we lose one papal influence. Well, that's a rather easy decision, I would say. We're also defending the Teutons, which is a bit weird. Now, why didn't the treacherous traders of Lübeck... That would be a good name for a campaign if I played as Lübeck. Why didn't they defend them? See, they defend against me? Nonsense. What nonsense. Oh well. Who was I building against? Magdeburg. I keep forgetting it's Magdeburg. Right, so let's bring down the walls of these castles up here. We shall retake this rightful Prussian territory. Lost trade dispute. It says, unfortunately, we've lost trade dispute. But that's a good thing. That means they're no longer embargoing us. Right, let's also take Wisnia. Looks like good old little Pskov there. It's going to liberate our nation, our province there. It's good. We are now an architectural visionary, or not we are, our heir is. That's good news. We can invest in new technology. Hooray! Renaissance thought, which means we can get a new idea group. And as I said, I know I said it was going to be innovative. But yeah, I should get innovative because the earlier you get innovative, the earlier this starts being good. And that's good. Leads to upkeep's very useful. Advisor costs are great. Monthly war exhaustion ticking down is fantastic. War advisors is okay. Mercenary maintenance is useful. Prestige decay is pretty good. So yeah, it's going to be innovative. We're not going to be able to put any points in that for a little bit because we're going to be a bit behind on the on the administrative points. Ooh, that's not a war that's going to go in Bohemians' favour. Excellent. I'm in favour of Bohemians dying wherever possible. No offence, Bohemian viewers. I know there's some of you. Something like 12% of my viewers are from Germany, I think. So there's probably some of you from Bohemia. Oh no, wait, Bohemia's not in Germany anymore, is it? It's this is Czechoslovakia these days, isn't it? Yeah, I've been playing too much Hearts of Iron, clearly. Thinking Bohemia is part of Germany. Right, split them. Go down here. Oh no! That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, and it's going to take me ages to reinforce as well. Curses. Okay, well we can't reinforce. Unfortunately, those cav are not going to have a good time. We can retreat on the 20th, for which they'll probably get killed. That was the first major costly mistake of the campaign. There was, of course, the misclick war up here. The grand misclick war of whenever it was, 63. But that's the first mistake that really cost us. Teutons have occupied the capital of Poland, so they should end their war quite soon. We're occupying all of the Teutons' cores, though, so they're not going to be able to say, hey, Poland, give me back my cores, which is very good news. Let's send these guys to no tech. Get all the extra sieges we can going. Ooh, they're attacking our allies down there. I should probably go and reinforce. But I'm not a good ally, so I'm not going to. They might even be able to hold on their own, but I doubt it. I'm not going to use up my manpower to defend my allies. Are you crazy? Merchants suffering. They should have stayed home. Come on, win. If we'd won that, we could have got the defence. The problem is, if they attack us here, we're going to take a terrain penalty, which is not good at all. Slow down a bit. Good, we've got enough to claim that. Let's stop building up that spy network now. Where else would I like to claim? Hanover. Hanover would be good. And Denmark. So let's start building up on those two. There we go. Come on, fall. Yes! Okay. Now let's take Chelno. That's the last... Oh, I thought that was a Teutonic Order core. My mistake. I swear they start with that, don't they? Maybe Poland forced them to revoke their core, because they don't... You can force the Teutons to revoke their cores, because they don't have... this isn't... Prussian isn't their primary... They aren't the main primary culture of Prussian. So you can't cancel cores on someone's primary culture land, but since it's not their primary culture land, they can have their cores deleted. We have loans, do I? Oh yes, of course. I had to take that one when I did the levy. I don't know if you say it like that. Levy? Not sure. Let's get our other general in charge. Keep these sieges going. Can you go from there to there? Yes, you can. Can you go from there to there? Yes, you can. Good. Okay, got enough to claim Magdeburg. Stop building that spy network now. Let's pop up relations with the Austrians. I really don't want that alliance to break. That would be a disaster. So now we want to attack Magdeburg. Sorry, who is it that you're allied to again? Kassel. We want to attack Kassel during this war. Oh, they've allied Ansbach. That's not too bad. Oh, look, poor Poland, not Poland, poor Palatinus are getting their capital siege down. It'd be irritating if they piece them out and force them to break treaties with us. That might make us lose the vote. Oh no! No, don't vote for the Palatinate, you fools! No, without noticing the vote has slipped away from me. Why am I voting for Austria? What? What? How did that happen? I would have been so angry if they died and we'd voted for Austria and Austria had won. Oh no, that's going to annoy Austria because I changed my vote from them. Minus 25, but it ticks up. So, okay. The vote's back in our favour. And if they switch from the Palatinate to Austria, the Palatinate switch back to us, so we're fine. Well, Mainz is almost voting for us as well. I should improve relations with Mainz once I've... yeah, I don't need to do that. Let's improve relations with Mainz. Mainz, I'll say both. I have no idea which is correct. Mainz sounds more German, and I've heard people say Mainz, but, you know, I'm no expert. No, can't afford to go down there if the Polish are moving in. No, but they're not, actually. They're going down here. Just keep this guy wandering. Oh, no, now they're coming up here. Oh, Lithuania's getting a bit wrecked, aren't they? I'm probably not going to give any land to Muscovy in this war. There's not much point, really. Doesn't really advantage me. I mean, it makes our ally stronger, but I'm not, like I say, I'm not a good ally, as you saw in that battle just then. I'm a terrible ally. I constantly backstab and so on and so on. Shh, don't tell my allies. Right, so I need 4 more cav, so let's start them training. I know I'm suffering excess attrition at the moment, but I feel like it's necessary. They're going to Leskia. They might try and come at us. Nope, good. I'm positioning these guys in front of them because, hey, Byzantine refugees, great event. You get tech costs down. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Okay, so there's one trick that's really useful. When you have an event like that and you want to pick the top option and it gives you a modifier for X number of years from the moment you click the button, the way to make that as long as possible is just to leave the event down to one side and not select the top option. And then the game will automatically select the top option, and that gives you an extra 3 months of that modifier. That's if you don't need to use the modifier immediately, of course. So I should have just left that over here and not done anything. An ability granted minister has expired. I'd love to do that again to get a level 2 diplomat. Yep, looks good. And we want to hire him straight away. Improve relations is a vital, vital thing. How's this disaster looking? No ticking up for the Presence War. Dominance of the clergy. We've got another little while before that fires. Yep, looks like we're crushing the Lithuanians. This is going very, very well. This campaign generally has just gone really well. I'm very pleased. Very pleased indeed. How's Muscovy? No, Muscovy didn't die, I don't think. Nope, they had a kid. They were young, so the chances of them having a kid of our dynasty was pretty low. Right, so we're going to grant monopoly charters. We're going to recruit a minister. And I think I'm going to grant admiralship to put it all the way up to 79, which means I now get 150 Diplo points, which is very useful. Now, seek support of the clergy will give them 10 more influence, which would put them up to exactly 80 again. But I believe another one's going to fall off quite soon, right? Yeah, in a couple of years. So what I'm going to do is let this tick down a little bit, and then I'm going to do all the interactions that you'd normally do over here. Lithuania is regaining some of their territory. I'm not going to force them to break the Union, but when they next die, and they're 70, so it's a very short period of time, the Union will break naturally, and that will make them much easier to fight. Actually, it will make them a bit more difficult to fight. That's something worth considering when you're playing in this area. You don't always want this to break, because while they're not an independent nation, they have lower force limit, they have lower tax, they've got lots of stuff. So it's sometimes worth leaving them in the Union, if you know they're always going to be allied, and basically they're always going to be allied. It's sometimes worth leaving them in the Union, so that they have a lower force limit. I'm very pleased that Muscovy's doing all the fighting in this war. Have we even fought a single battle? I don't think so. Oh yes, except that time when we let our cav get stack wiped, which was irritating. Bum 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 bum. How's the vote looking? Yep, solidly in our court at the moment, so that's good. We've won the Siege of Posan, that's great. Let's move on to Krakow. The cav can stay behind. There we go. No need to throw away extra lives. I mean, as long as they're, you know, Brandenburgian lives, I'm fine with throwing away extra Muscovite lives. I'd almost want Muscovy to get weaker at this point, because they're already really strong, plenty strong to be an ally, and obviously later on they're going to be an adversary. Not because specifically Muscovy always has to be an adversary, but because everyone is an adversary, late game. Dum 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 dum. Oh, we're at speed 3, let's bump that up. Oh no, our general died, poor him. Let's send this general along to reinforce that siege, because they both have siege value, so that's useful. Good. Split these guys once they arrive. Send some of them down there. Wow, we really have decimated the Polish in this war, haven't we? I'm going to look forward to seeing how low my casualty count is. It'll be higher than you think, because you take a lot of casualties from attrition. Usually about half your casualties do come from attrition. Right, one more siege, and then I'm going to go and kill Castle, which may seem a bit odd. No, Teutonic separatists. Hopefully the Bohemians will go and kill them. That would be hilarious. Go on, Bohemians, you're allied to the Teutons, but go and kill their separatists anyway. Or, guys, come and attach. No! Freaking rebels. Are we going to win this? We may not even win. Oh, we did. Phew. Okay, come and attach to this army, if you would, please, Palatinate. Come straight back. No? Come on, attach to me. What I want to do is use the Palatinate's army to go and kill those rebels. Where would we like to improve relations now? We've got bumped all the way up with Austria. They don't like France, which means we don't like France. But England. England doesn't like France either. We've got all our diplomatic relations used at the moment. But as soon as we win this election, we can get rid of some of these relationships. Let's improve relations with Muscovy, just to make sure they stay pleased with us. Oh good, the rebels have moved on to a woods fort, so they'll be easy to kill. We've won Krakow. Oh, that was quite quick. That was quicker than I'd expect. So we've got 0. Oh good, those guys have attached to us, have they? No? They should. Let's see if we can get them to attach to you. You can sometimes get people to attach to you by kind of going up to them. Brandenburgian conquest of Warmia. Defeat. Oh, they did do it. They made the Palatinate annul treaties with us. That's irritating. Although, to be fair, the Palatinate was the one that kept being annoying because of Trier. So as long as we have these 4 locked down, that's fine. And we now have a free Diplo slot? No, because I'm still married, and you can't annul the marriage relation. So I'm going to intentionally cross a river here. Consolidate my troops before the battle. Intentionally cross the river because it's going to give... Oh, it doesn't give them the river crossing anymore. It did just after the patch dropped. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to double down on this because benign diplomats is a great, great idea. Come on, he's 70. Die already. He's a sinner. Shouldn't he die in some, I don't know, lustful episode with a chambermaid or something? Right, over here now. Friendlies, you can go away now. Hamburg, our spy's been kicked out, but we're going to just go straight back. Ooh, if Pskov's going to siege it down for me, I'll let them. Seal of the Confession. 25% chance. We can add 25 to our network, or we can gain 10 diplo power. Well, obviously. Monarch points are above all, pretty much. So we'll do that one. Right, I'd like a CV against Hungary. And I'd like to prep for... Oh, I can't build a spy network against them at the moment, so I'll build up against Poland. I want to get some claims on Lithuania over here. Our relationship has ended, and Danzigian separatists. Oh, I should have seen those coming. Right, let's see if we can get one of our friends to come join us again. So yes, the Palatinate are no longer our buddies. They have a 15-year-old, so there's not much point marrying them right now. Very unlikely that we'd get a personal union there. Mainz is slipping. Austria is probably improving relations with them. I can't ally them because I'm in an offensive war. They're deeply offended by my war. Fatherly will be done, or... Ah, this one. One of your advisors argued with the bishop during the last banquet, and the church has demanded that we kill him, this philosopher. Well, I'm not kind of very set on this philosopher, but he's going to give me 50 admin power. So what I'm going to do is spend my papal influence on manpower, because that's what we desperately need right now, and then I'm going to say, poison the bishop's lunch next time. Gives me some free admin, and it would have taken 20, but since I only had 10 and it can't go negative, I only took 10. Which is great. Okay, so some Pskovians have come to join me up here. Maybe these guys will also come and help. I'll let them finish their siege to increase their chances of joining into this battle once I start it. Let's see. Okay, they're going in another direction. Oh, they're relocating to Königsberg, which is woods, so we're going to get there first and be on the defensive. Okay, we've got 87% war score, but I want to declare the war on... What? What happened? What nonsense is this? What? But we had this vote, plus 88! That's really irritating. I'm not happy about this, Austria. I'm really not chuffed about that turn of events. I'm gonna burn your empire down for this. I'll still marry you. But I'm gonna burn down the empire for this insult. Why didn't Mainz... That's such a load of rubbish. They were voting for us. They had plus 80 reasons to vote for us, and yet they somehow voted for Austria. That is a load of nonsense. Bah. Bah. Humbug. Alright, well, with that disappointing result, I'm going to end the episode and grump for a minute before I start the next one. What is this? Alright, so that's... Okay, this is good, though. This is good for roleplay reasons, right? So what happened is, in the year of our Lord, 1486, the Brandenburgians were snubbed by the evil electors of the Holy Roman Empire, and it was on that day that they decided they were going to burn down the empire. Revoke. There's some Revocae Imperii or something. We're going to burn down the empire for this grave insult. We're going to consolidate our power, trick the electors into thinking we're nice and on their side, and make us the emperor next vote. Next time this 15-year-old dies, which is in so long. Oh, and then we shall show them the error of their ways, and we shall dissolve the empire, and we shall conquer all of them, and they shall all burn, and they shall pay for this insult. But until next time, and the beginning of that grand crusade against the empire, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.